I ate 2 eggs every morning for years. It felt disciplined, safe, almost like I was doing the responsible thing for my body. Then, during a routine checkup, my doctor looked me in the eye and asked, "Are you sure you're getting enough protein to protect your muscles?" I smiled and said, "Of course, I eat eggs every day." But he didn't smile back. He just shook his head. And that one moment made me doubt a habit I had trusted for years. When I got home, I checked the numbers I had never bothered to question. Eggs provide roughly 13 grams of protein per 100 grams. Not bad, but not the muscle-building powerhouse I thought they were. And here is what surprised me even more. There are simple foods sitting in ordinary grocery stores that can deliver far more protein than eggs. Some of them offer 4 to 5 times more. No expensive powders, no fashionable supplements, just real foods most people over 60 rarely think about. And while we ignore them, time keeps moving. After 60, muscle does not vanish all at once. It fades quietly. Your steps get slower, stairs feel a little steeper, your balance feels unsteady, and one small stumble can become the fall you never saw coming. I wish I had noticed it earlier, but I didn't. My shirt still fit the same. The mirror didn't warn me. But the small indicators were there. The jar lid that felt harder to twist. The wobble when I stood up too quickly. The heavy feeling in my legs at the end of the day. Those were not random. They were whispers, and I ignored them. Low protein does not shout. It erodes. Slowly, quietly, day after day. Here's the part most people over 60 never hear. Some of the best protein foods for aging muscles are not showy health trends. They are not miracle powders. They are simple, affordable foods that can outclass eggs by a mile. And the food at the very top of this list is particularly surprising. It is being studied for helping stroke survivors rebuild muscle. So, if you have trusted eggs the way I did, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to count down the top 10 foods that surpass eggs for protein from number 10 all the way to number 1. I'll show you which foods matter, how much protein they actually deliver, and the easiest way to add them to your plate without changing your whole life. Ready? Because the food at number 1 may completely change the way you think about breakfast after 60. Food number 10 is something you have probably seen many times, but never recognized how much strength it could help bring back. 2 things legumes help enhance naturally, but that is not all. Chickpeas are also an excellent source of magnesium, an essential mineral that aids proper muscle contraction and faster recovery. Without enough magnesium, muscles can become weaker, tighter, and more easily fatigued. To get the most benefit, it is best to soak chickpeas overnight before cooking them. This softens them, improves digestion, and increases the amount of nutrients your body can absorb. Once they are cooked, there are many easy ways to use them. You can blend them into creamy hummus with olive oil and lemon juice, roast them for a crunchy and satisfying snack, or add them to hearty stews and curries. But up next is a food that is even smaller, yet surprisingly more powerful. Let us talk about the protein-packed bite that most people walk right past. 3. Cooked quinoa. Once cooked, quinoa supplies about 14 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. That is right, complete protein. Unlike most plant foods, quinoa naturally contains all 9 essential amino acids, the ones your body cannot produce on its own. This means your muscles can actually use the protein in quinoa to rebuild, recover, and grow stronger. One key reason quinoa stands out for older adults is its high lysine content, an amino acid that plays a major role in muscle repair, calcium absorption, and collagen production. According to a 2022 study published in Nutrients, older adults who added quinoa to their daily meals saw a 9% improvement in leg strength within just 8 weeks compared with a control group eating plain white rice. To make quinoa even more effective, soak it overnight before cooking. This step helps reduce natural compounds such as saponins that can interfere with nutrient absorption, and it improves how much of the protein your body can actually use. For even more nutritional value, Cook quinoa in bone broth or low-sodium vegetable stock instead of water. You can also add turmeric and black pepper for a mild anti-inflammatory benefit. Need simple ways to use it? Quinoa works beautifully in warm grain bowls, savory breakfasts, or mixed into vegetable stir-fries. Top it with mushrooms, leafy greens, or even a soft-boiled egg for a protein-rich and satisfying meal. And the best part is, this just 3/4 of a cup per day can noticeably support muscle recovery and energy levels, but only when you eat it consistently. Now, coming up next is a protein source loved by athletes, yet strangely disregarded by many older adults. And once you hear what it can do, you may never look at it the same way again. 4. Pumpkin seeds. With 19 grams of protein in every 100 grams, pumpkin seeds offer nearly twice the protein you would get from the same amount of eggs. But this is where they truly stand out. It is not just about the protein. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in magnesium, iron, and zinc, 3 minerals that many older adults tend to lack, especially after age 60. Why are these minerals so important? Magnesium promotes proper muscle contraction and helps prevent cramping. Iron helps deliver oxygen to your muscles so they can function and recover properly. Zinc plays a key role in rebuilding muscle tissue and keeping your body's recovery systems working efficiently. Without enough of these nutrients, even a high-protein diet can fall short. Your body simply cannot use protein effectively when those key minerals are missing. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that older adults who ate pumpkin seeds daily reduced muscle inflammation by up to 38% in just 12 weeks. That is not just maintenance. That is a significant reduction in the hidden chronic inflammation that gradually breaks down muscle tissue over time. To get the most benefit, choose raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. That helps you avoid needless sodium and processing that can reduce their nutritional value. Sprinkle them over Greek yogurt, add a spoonful to your smoothie, or blend them into a creamy seed butter that is both delicious and rich in protein. Now, coming up is a food usually associated with gym meals, but when used the right way, it can become a powerful tool for older adults who want to stay strong and independent. 5. Tempeh. With 20 grams of protein per 100 grams, tempeh goes well beyond what eggs provide. But what truly sets it apart is not just the amount, it is the way that protein is delivered. Unlike tofu, which is made from soy milk, tempeh is made from whole soybeans that have been fermented. That single process changes everything. Fermentation not only makes tempeh easier for older adults to digest, but it also helps unlock extra nutrients that safeguard muscle tissue age-related decline. Tempeh contains all 9 essential amino acids, which means your body can actually use it to rebuild and maintain muscle. It is also naturally rich in leucine, the amino acid that helps trigger muscle protein synthesis. This is especially important after age 60, when the body often responds less efficiently to protein. But there is another benefit many people miss: gut health. Because it is fermented, tempeh contains beneficial compounds that promote a healthier digestive system. That matters because your gut plays a major role in how well your body absorbs and uses protein. A significant study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with a more diverse and healthier gut microbiome maintained 18% more lean muscle mass over 1 year than those with poorer gut health, even when their diets were otherwise similar. So tempeh does not just feed your muscles, it also helps support the digestive environment your body needs to make better use of that protein. Want to add it to your meals? Slice it thin and pan-sear it with a splash of tamari or apple cider vinegar. This brings out a rich, savory flavor without relying on sugar or heavy oils. You can crumble it into stir-fries, layer it into sandwiches, or sprinkle it over salads. Its firm texture and nutty flavor make it an excellent substitute for meat in many dishes. Up next, we are moving into a whole new category of protein, one that is quietly becoming a game changer for people over 60. 6. Spirulina. Per 100 grams, spirulina provides an impressive 29 grams of protein, nearly 3 times the amount found in eggs. Studies show that up to 85% of the protein in spirulina is bioavailable. That means your muscles can absorb and use it more efficiently than many animal-based proteins. Because spirulina contains all 9 essential amino acids, including a generous amount of leucine, it sends a powerful signal to aging muscles. It is time to rebuild. But spirulina offers more than just protein. It also helps fight one of the silent enemies of muscle health in older adults: inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation can slow muscle repair and accelerate muscle loss. Fortunately, spirulina contains a unique compound called phycocyanin, which a 2022 study published in Nutrients found could reduce C-reactive protein by 32%, an important marker of inflammation. At the same time, spirulina may help increase nitric oxide levels, which supports better blood flow, so nutrients can reach and repair muscle tissue more effectively. You do not need to force down large amounts of powder to benefit from it. One of the easiest ways to use spirulina is to add 1 teaspoon to your morning smoothie with banana, spinach, and walnuts. You can also stir it gently into warm oatmeal after cooking, or mix it into energy bites made with date seeds and nut butter for a protein-rich snack. Just 1 teaspoon a day used consistently can lead to visible improvements in muscle strength, energy, and recovery within a few weeks. If this video has been helpful so far, please tap the like button and subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. 7. Hemp seeds. With around 35 grams of protein per 100 grams, hemp seeds are one of the most protein-rich plant foods you can eat. Unlike many other plant sources, hemp supplies all 9 essential amino acids in the proportions your body needs to build and repair muscle. That is a rare quality. Even quinoa, which is often praised as a complete protein, does not match the amino acid profile of hemp seeds as closely. Why does that matter after age 60? Because as we get older, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using protein. A 2021 review published in Frontiers in Nutrition found that older adults who included complete plant proteins, such as hemp, in their daily meals had better muscle retention, faster recovery after exercise, and less fatigue than those who relied on incomplete protein sources. Hemp seeds are also rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, including a unique one called gamma-linolenic acid. This fatty acid has been linked to better joint health, lower inflammation, improved mental clarity, and stronger cardiovascular support, all of which are important for healthy aging. So, how do you use them? The easiest way is to eat them raw. Just 1 tablespoon can go a long way. Sprinkle them over warm vegetables, stir them into oatmeal, or blend them into smoothies. Their soft texture and mild nutty flavor make them easy to add to almost any meal. Because they are easy to digest, hemp seeds are also gentle on older stomachs. One important tip: avoid cooking them over high heat, because their delicate oils can break down and lose some of their nutritional value. Up next, we are moving to a protein that does not just support recovery, it may help rebuild strength at the cellular level, and yet almost no one over 60 is eating it. 8. Seitan. This is not a supplement. Also known as wheat meat, seitan is a dense meat-like food made from vital wheat gluten, and it offers an impressive 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. That puts it right alongside some of the highest protein cuts of meat, but without the saturated fat digestive heaviness or inflammation that often comes with animal products. Here is what makes seitan stand out for people over 60. It is very easy for the body to break down and use. During processing, most of the starch and fiber from wheat are removed, leaving behind a concentrated source of protein. That is especially helpful for aging digestive systems, which often have a harder time extracting nutrients from heavy or more complex meals. In fact, research published in Clinical Nutrition ESPN in 2022 found that older adults who included plant-based protein isolates, such as seitan, in their diet retained 21% more lean muscle than those who followed a more traditional mixed diet. So, it is not just filling, it is functional. Seitan is naturally low in fat and carbohydrates, making it a smart choice for people managing diabetes, cholesterol, or weight. It delivers serious protein without causing large blood sugar spikes or adding unnecessary calories. When it comes to cooking, seitan is also incredibly versatile. Its chewy, satisfying texture makes it feel more like meat than tofu or tempeh. You can slice it into stir fries, pan-sear it with garlic and olive oil, grill it into savory strips, or roast it with your favorite marinade for a flavorful, plant-based barbecue. To increase its nutritional value even more, serve it with vitamin C-rich vegetables such as bell peppers or kale. Why? Because the non-heme iron in seitan is absorbed more effectively when paired with vitamin C. And if that astonished you, hold on, because up next is a food that goes even further. Aged for over a year, it melts in your mouth, and thanks to its unique structure, it may help your body absorb protein even more efficiently than meat. 9. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese delivers an impressive 42 grams of protein per 100 grams, which means it contains more protein than eggs, most cuts of beef, and more than twice the protein found in milk or cottage cheese. But the real advantage is not just how much protein it contains. It is how easily your body can use it. Because Parmesan is aged for 12 to 36 months, the proteins inside are already partially broken down into free amino acids. That makes it easier to digest, which becomes even more important with age as enzyme production naturally begins to slow. A 2019 study published in Nutrients found that older adults absorbed amino acids from aged cheeses such as Parmesan nearly 30% more efficiently than from regular meat. That means you may get more nutritional benefit from each bite with less strain on your digestive system. Parmesan also contains a generous amount of leucine, the amino acid your body needs to trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process responsible for rebuilding and protecting muscle tissue. Just 30 grams of Parmesan offers more than 1.5 grams of leucine, enough to reach the minimum threshold needed to stimulate muscle growth. That is especially important for helping prevent sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. To enjoy its full benefits, try adding freshly grated Parmesan to warm dishes such as roasted vegetables, omelets, or whole grain bowls. Gently warming the dish can help release more of Parmesan's natural aroma and flavor, which may also help stimulate appetite, something many older adults struggle with. And here is the beauty of it. You do not need much. Just a few tablespoons can provide a meaningful protein boost without overwhelming your plate. Coming up next, our number one food is not something you will find in the dairy aisle or even the meat section. It is rich, dense, and packed with the kind of protein your muscles truly need. Yet almost no one over 60 is eating it. 1. Dried fish powder. Made by dehydrating lean fish, such as cod or pollock, dried fish powder becomes an incredibly concentrated source of protein once the water is removed. What remains is a fine powder that contains about 63 grams of protein per 100 grams. That is nearly twice the amount found in eggs, more than chicken breast, and even higher than many whey-based supplements. Yet, despite its power, it remains largely unknown and underused, especially among older adults. The protein in dried fish powder is absorbed quickly and efficiently, which means your muscles can begin using it almost immediately for repair and growth. A 2020 clinical study published in Clinical Nutrition followed older adults who consumed dried cod powder daily without changing their exercise routines. The participants gained 19% more lean muscle mass in just 10 weeks. No pills, no gym, just high-quality, usable protein. What makes it even more effective is its rich supply of essential amino acids, especially leucine, the key signal your body needs to activate muscle protein synthesis. Research from Harvard shows that most older adults do not get enough leucine through typical meals. But just 25 grams of fish powder supplies more than 3 grams of leucine, well above the threshold needed to stimulate muscle growth. This powder blends easily into soups, stews, mashed vegetables, and even savory oatmeal for a protein-rich breakfast. It stores well, does not spoil easily, and does not require chewing, which makes it an excellent option for older adults with swallowing difficulties or a low appetite. Just make sure to choose a food-grade version with no added salt, flavors, or preservatives. Because this is not just a food, it is a practical tool for restoring strength, especially during the years when muscle becomes harder to maintain. Now you know there are powerful protein sources that go far beyond eggs. From humble chickpeas to dried fish powder, these foods do not just add protein to your plate. They help rebuild strength, improve recovery, and protect your independence as you age. Even one small change can make a meaningful difference. Which one would you try first? Leave a comment below and let us know. You might inspire someone else. And if this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe to the Senior Nutrition Coach, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the thanks icon below and buy us a small coffee. Every little bit helps us keep creating videos that support your health and freedom. Because staying strong after 60 isn't luck, it's what you choose to put on your plate. This food has more protein than eggs. Prevent muscle loss after 60 naturally. Senior health.